Welcome to the News Hour. The United Nations Security Council came together today to approve a resolution calling for more humanitarian aid to flow into Gaza after a week of delays. The U.S. abstained from the vote, which did not demand a ceasefire. In the meantime, American officials are saying Iran was deeply involved in the planning of attacks against commercial shipping vessels in the Red Sea.
Bodies and burials overwhelm Gaza. Officials of the Hamas-run health ministry say the death toll has passed 20,000. After another airstrike, Anwar Dahir buried the next generations of his family.
My daughter, her husband. This is my grandson. He was a baby, 4 months old.
Those lucky enough to survive still face a bleak fate. The few remaining hospitals don't have enough staff or supplies for meaningful treatment. This school has been turned into a field hospital.
We can't do anything but gauze and disinfectant. We don't have anything else. We call on everyone, the whole world, to support us in providing medical equipment, providing medicine, lifting the siege on Gaza.
Staff at the Al Zawaida Clinic provide what care they can, but without enough early childhood vaccines, these children will be far more susceptible to illnesses like polio or measles. Lama Al-Afesh is a nurse.
We have a shortage of childhood vaccinations, especially those who are newborn babies aged 1 and 2 months.
Clinical psychologist Walid Omar Hamdan said he worries about the long-term consequences, mental as well as physical.
Things were fragile somehow before the war, and during this war, things became even worse. The number of psychiatric cases among children, adolescents, and adults has increased significantly.
But even with the best medical care, Gazans can't recover without food and water. International aid organizations estimate that 500,000 people are starving in Gaza and say the situation could collapse into famine.
Even if we provide food, but we have many problems, like we have no access to gas, so we go to streets to gather some woods to burn the fire and cook the food, and also a huge number of families, and we don't have food that is enough for them.
Aid trickles in through the Rafah crossing and the newly opened Kerem Shalom crossing. But once inside Gaza, aid workers struggle to reach those who need it. Israeli officials say there is no shortage.
In terms of food, the reserves in Gaza Strip are sufficient for the near term.
The result of the vote is as follows.
After many delays, the United Nations Security Council approved a resolution calling for much more humanitarian aid for Gaza.
Abstentions?
The United States and Russia abstained after a U.S. veto of a Russian amendment calling for a ceasefire.
While we are encouraged that the Council spoke out on this humanitarian crisis, we're deeply disappointed, appalled actually, that once again the Council was not able to condemn Hamas's horrific terrorist attack on October 7th.
Today, a southern Israel kibbutz said it had determined that one of its residents, an American-Israeli citizen, had been killed in the initial Hamas attack October 7th. Kibbutz Nir Oz said Hamas took 73-year-old Gad Hagi's body to Gaza. In a statement, President Biden said, "I reaffirm the pledge we have made to all the families of those still held hostage. We will not stop working to bring them home." With American support, the Israeli offensive pushes forward, determined to complete its mission. As Christmas nears, the region prepares for a different kind of holiday. Near Bethlehem's Church of the Nativity, revered by Christians as the traditional birthplace of Christ, rubble takes the place of Christmas lights, a gesture of solidarity with Gaza.
Art is a message. Whether it is a painting or art through rocks, it's a message, and this message is that people can see the real scene, that Christmas comes during war and hardship.
For the PBS NewsHour, I'm John Yang.